Welcome back, everyone. Thank you. Today I wanted to show you how I draw one of the characters from our story. This is Gaby, and she is one of the more important characters. And I want to show you that most characters begin with a stick figure, like so, and I draw the arms, the legs, and this is where I decide how I want to have them. And I've decided I want to have Gaby waving. So I'm just going to draw her left arm bent and waving, and then I'm going to put in a circle for her hands and just put in some lines for fingers, and then I will take care of those later. But right now I just kind of want to lay out a little map for myself. And this is the part of the drawing that you don't normally see, because once you ink it, that's when you erase it, and that is why keeping a light drawing, keeping your pencil light while you draw is important. And now I'm going to throw in her nose and her eyes and then her mouth. And with this character, she's a child, so I like to give her a round face. And that's what I'm going to do when I go to her cheeks here. Let's make a nice round. There we go. Nice and round. And I will put the shape of her head in. So at first you think she's bald. No, she's not. And there's her hair. And sometimes with the hair, I draw in the lines for the hair. So I may draw the texture in first, and then fill in the outside later, because it kind of gives me an idea of where I want to put her hair. See right there, the ponytail, I drew the inside first, and now I'm going to kind of fill it in, play with the pencil. And again, this is where that pencil comes in handy, because you're using it lightly, and my arms, my legs may not quite be where I want to put them. See, that one arm wasn't quite as far in as I wanted it, and I'll play with it, and that's good. There's no wrong way to do it. You just gotta keep practicing and keep playing with it. See, and I'm gonna circle over her fingers. I always call them like little sausages. And now I'm gonna put in her legs. And this is the point where you start to put in her knees and her ankles, and now you start to wonder, maybe that leg needs to be a little bit longer. So, thank you. I used a pencil and eraser, and boom, it will be longer. So, let's put in another rough shot of her foot. There we go. And another rough angle of her other one. She's going to be kind of at a side angle, maybe like a 3/4 angle. So that's why her feet are shaped that way. And now let's put in Gaby's eyes. The eyes are almost the same curve as the eyebrows are. So whenever you draw the eyebrow, that's pretty close to the same curvature as her eye. So that's always kind of a helpful hint for you. And I just kind of go overboard with the pencil, and that's when I have to quit and hit the ink pen. I just don't know when to stop. So let's go with the eyes, and let's start inking those in a little bit. And they're in with that half little moon-shaped pupil, the black part of the eye. And since she's a child, I like to keep everything round. Whenever I draw children for cartoons, I try not to have sharp edges or sharp lines. Everything's curved. So as I'm fitting in her eyes, I'm just thinking ahead where I'm going to put everything else. So as I make sporadically jump from here to here to there with my pencil, I will jump all over. So let's just fit in her chin here, and then we're going to go to her other side and start to connect things together. I always called it dot to dot, even though I didn't use one. Any dots. But there's her teeth, and there's that shiny part like I used before. You kind of keep that little empty space there. It just makes it look clean. I just don't like it to be completely straight. So we're going to start to put in her hairline here. I already do it with a pencil, and since I drew in some of the inner parts of her hair, it makes it easier to do this, because now I can do the outside, and I know exactly where to go. And then I can exaggerate, and then I can add lines. See, and now I'm following some of those lines that I did, and it looks good. See, now look at her ponytail. It's pretty close to where I drew it, and I just kind of follow the pattern that I already done and put her in. And there's the other side, and that's just following the lines again. It helps you correct yourself and helps you not make as many mistakes. So now we're going to do her arms and her shirt. You're always thinking ahead, and that's what I'm doing right now as I'm filling in her hands, thinking, how am I going to do that other hand? How am I going to put it to make it look wavy? We're going to get to that because I'm always thinking ahead. And now I'm going to put in her shirt, put a little line in there to make it look like a wrinkle. So we got her shirt, we got her sleeve. Now we're going to work in the hand. We got 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay, I can count to 5. Now we're going to connect her arm to the shirt sleeve, and I put a little line there on her arm to make it look like it's bent. It helps make it look more real. And now we're gonna follow the lines that I had done for her pants. I drew her pants kind of rolled up. You can see those little rolled up cuffs there at the bottom towards her feet. I made them a little bit bigger than normal, but when you do cartoons like that, you're allowed to make things bigger than what they are. And that's what I'm going to do with her feet and her hands. And you can see there's a little line there. I'll get to that, but it gives you an illusion of the ground. And that's what I'm doing right now, putting in that line. It doesn't have to be very big, very dark, but it just gives you the idea of where you want to put it. There's those little bit of lines on her shoes. I used that on Bash the bird, and it was a color. So there's the wavy lines. So now it looks like she's waving. And now you just kind of go over things a little bit. Let's get that eraser. And now we're going to kind of look at things a little bit. You can add lines, and yeah, her hair might need a little bit of texture there. There's her ear, I forgot to line that. And let's see, what am I forgetting? Oop, I think I got it. Her eyebrow. She needs her eyebrow. There we go. And part of it's covered. Well, that's right. There is Gaby.